So today's video is going to be a little bit different because we have just come over to Jersey. We came over on the ferry last night and we're going to be installing a Napoleon Oasis outdoor kitchen in this gorgeous home. This video is going to be more of a how-to. The Napoleon kitchens are really popular, but they are something that you can put together to yourself. So in this video, we are going to be talking you through how to put them together, and we're going to be customizing one of the units as well. So this home is absolutely beautiful, and we arrived here last night. We actually got here about 5 p.m. last night, and we came and unloaded all the units ready to start. So it's 8 a.m. now, and we're going to start putting this together. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. So Ben's pulling the first one out now, and he's going to lay it on its back and then upside down. There, and you can see on the units, every unit has these holes there, and what Ben's got here are these little legs. So every unit comes with them, and you can just use a socket set, or you can use a drill, or you can use your hands as well. It can be a little bit stiff with your hands. All 4 of them just screw straight into the unit, and those are the legs, so they're completely adjustable. So once you've got those all screwed in, put the unit back the right way up and then slot it roughly where it's going to go into place. So also you'll see that inside the units, down here in the corners, they have holes, these holes down there. And there's 4 of those, 1 in each corner. And you can actually put a screwdriver through there. So the underside of the legs has a little, I think it's a flat-headed thread, so you can put a flat-headed screwdriver in there, so you can adjust the legs from the inside, you can adjust the level of it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the legs on all of these units, set them up, get them level, and then we'll check back in. Okay, so all of the legs are now on the units. We're going to start at this end where this unit is. So we're going to centralize, we've got the Asado grill going on here, and we're going to centralize it on this hood and splashback they got there. So Ben is now just making sure that this unit is level, which it is, both ways. And we're then going to work from here. Nice. I think this patio is absolutely bang on, but we're now going to work from here all the way along here, leveling and fixing all of the units together. So the next thing to do is push the units together like this, and then level this one. You can see that one ever so slightly higher. So what Ben's going to do now is use a flat-headed screwdriver down in that hole down there. He can turn it slightly, and that will adjust the leg, and it'll bring that right up to level there. And so once you've got the units level together, we'll make sure we put a long level along the back, and then we'll level it from front to back as well. We'll then start fixing it together. Right, once they're together and they're all level, every single unit comes with 4 of these little bolts here, and each unit has 1, 2, and then at the bottoms 3, 4 holes. And what Ben's going to do now is he's going to fix these together using those bolts. So just go really carefully with these, and just until it pulls tight, and then that's it. There we go. So all 4 bolts are in there. These 2 units are now fixed together. So we're now going to run along here doing the same with all of these units until the whole kitchen is fixed together in one piece. So this unit on the end here, this is going to have the barbecue in it, and it's a Prestige Pro 825. So this will need power. So behind the timber here, we've got an electrical feed, an Armor cable. There it is there. So what Ben's going to do now, all of these units have all these tap outs. You can see them here on all parts of the unit, and that is for bringing through electrics, water, or anything like that. So you can see down there that we've got one down there. So Ben's going to tap that out now. There we go. And then with every single unit comes one of these, so these little grommets, so they go in there, and we're going to push the cable through there so that it'll be inside the unit ready for the electrician. So what he'll do is he'll put a socket underneath there, and that's where the barbecue will be plugged into. So all of the units are now in place, bolted together, they're leveled. So we've got the end panels that go on the end there, and what that does is that just finishes it off. And it's exactly the same way of doing it. You've got the 4 bolts that go in there, and that holds it together. So now that all of the units are in, you can see that they're all leveled. So now we are going to start putting in the worktops. And the worktops on this is decked on. So we'll dry fit them first, get all of the pieces in place just to make sure they fit, and then we'll start fixing them down. So there we go, all complete. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so we've been here all day. There was quite a lot of things that we had to do actually, which you didn't see on camera. We were just trying to get it done. Let me walk you through it now. Starting from right to left then. So this is a Napoleon Prestige Pro 825. So this is a ginormous grill. It's about 1400 mil long. So you've got the main barbecue section here with 4 main burners. It's got an infrared back burner, and it's got the wood chip tray there with its own burner there. On the right hand side of that, you've got this separate section here which has got 2 infrared burners, perfect for searing steaks and things like that. Comes with the rotisserie as well. Everything is stainless steel. An incredible barbecue. This is a kitchen roll holder, and then underneath that you've got a pull-out waste bin. Really important in any outdoor kitchen, is somewhere to put all your waste. Coming along to here, this is a Monolith Junior. So you may have seen in some of our other videos, we have the Monolith Classics, which is a slightly bigger version of this. This is the smaller version. Essentially, it's exactly the same. A decent size in there, so you can get a whole chicken in there. In fact, last weekend I did 2 beef shins in there, sort of 5 kilos of beef shin, so it's quite big. Plenty of room in there for slow cooking. It runs on charcoal. You can also sear on that as well. So this unit here is an undergrill unit for a Napoleon side burner. But what we've done is just use one of those to sit the Kamado on, to sit the Junior on. We have before taken a 3-drawer unit and customize that to fit the bigger ones as well. So you can do that. Normally we would cut it down here, and then the bigger one, so the work surface, the cooking area, is at the same height as this. Underneath here, you've just got 2 drawers. Lots of accessories for the Junior here. So this is an expansion grid, which doubles your cooking area. You've got the cover there, and there's a cast iron grill there as well, which is great for searing steaks. Coming along to here, this is just a universal cupboard, and in there we have the gas. You've got gas for the barbecue over there, and then this thing down here, which I've never seen before, this is like a barrel smoker, but this runs on gas as well. So what we've done is we've connected that, and we run all of the hosing behind the shelter here, bring both of the hoses together here, out in here, so you have one tank feeding both of those appliances, and then so we'll have the spare tank behind there. If this ever runs out, you can just swap them over really easy. I think I mentioned before that this is an 825 undergrill unit, exactly the same as the one that we've got down here, and what we've done is we've brought with us some end panels, and Ben has cut them down and grind them and then fix them in here, fix them in here. So we've oversailed the worktops to the right dimensions of the asado, and then we put the asado on top. So it's always worth mentioning as well that underneath here you have an aluminium shelf, and we've actually put a steel, like a bracket, all the way along there, and it's supported in the middle because this is really, really heavy. So what we've done is we've just reinforced the underside of that to help take the weight of the asado on there. So for the worktops on this one, we use Decton. I think this is called Decton Keon. It's 20 mil thick. And what I did, because these units are all standard sizes, prior to coming over here, I could work out what size the worktops need to be. So these were all pre-cut and we brought them with us. So you can see it just goes all the way around. Like I said before, we oversailed this here. It goes around the Kamado there. You can see actually on the sides here, Ben just created some little end panels that go around there that just tidies it up and finishes it really nicely. We have got end panels on the end and another one on the end there. They just finish it off. The ends of the sides of the units have got little holes in them, hence why you put the end panels on there. Got the barrel smoker over, and that's pretty much it. The whole kitchen itself sits in this incredible shelter as well, which I haven't really talked about. I mean, he's got the hood there, which, because this asado used to be on a trolley before, and that's where it was. So he's got the hood there. I think this is either Iroko or teak, something like that. It's absolutely beautiful. So this, the slatting at the back is like a ranch style. It lets wind through, but not really gusty wind. Everything is clad. We've got this ginormous pizza oven underneath here. We haven't even opened that up to have a look. And then if you look around behind you here, you've got this whole patio area. You've got the pool, the lawn. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful setting, and what a place to sit with your friends and your family, eating, drinking, socializing and having fun. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you want to see another one like this, I'll leave a link up there. We also have Instagram and we have Facebook. So if you want to follow us on there, we try and post on there 2-3 times a week, and that's where we show what we're currently up to. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.